So this is Game on Cloud 9 here to bring you guys a new crossover battles video. Now before I get this video started, I want to go ahead and say, if you do not read the One Piece manga, Bleach manga, or Naruto manga, I repeat, if you do not read the One Piece manga, Bleach manga, or Naruto manga, please do not watch this video if you do not want to be spoiled in any type of way. I'm just giving you guys a heads up that are only anime fans. If you're checking this out and you're just like, oh, let me see, what this is all about. There may be some spoilers in here that you may have not heard. Maybe not as much for Bleach, but I would say maybe for Naruto and One Piece that you guys do not want to hear. So just giving you guys a little heads up. Anyway, this discussion is going to be about Edo Madara. That's right, Edo Madara versus Aizen versus BlackBeard. Who would win in an all-out fight? I started to put Toby in this debate only because Toby is a major villain, just kind of like how Aizen is a major villain. I wouldn't really consider Aizen the main villain anymore since he did lose and the series is continuing of Bleach. But and BlackBeard, we never really know with him. I mean, there's a good chance he'll probably be the main villain, but at the same time, there's always a chance, especially seeing as how long One Piece is, that he may not be the main villain. So, but I'm just gonna throw Madara in there, like the real Madara, and just, especially if they all have extraordinary abilities, and just say, who I think would win. I'm gonna talk about actually all their abilities, starting off with BlackBeard. BlackBeard has probably one of the craziest abilities in my opinion, as far as he can create earthquakes and like shake entire islands. And that's presuming now that he can actually control his power just as well as Whitebeard. Now we know before the time skip happened he couldn't really control it like that, but even then his power was still tremendous. Not to mention the fact that he also is a Logia type, and he can use darkness and be able to control darkness and create black holes and stuff like that. So BlackBeard definitely isn't somebody that you can just sit up here and just take down, that just beat him with no problem whatsoever. Another thing about BlackBeard I would say is that he kind of has high endurance. I mean, he did take some quakes from Whitebeard. Whitebeard, I think, grabbed his head and even used, an earthquake, or not earthquake, but like an airquake on his head, and he was still able to get up from that. So he definitely isn't somebody you're gonna just throw around and just take down with no problem. Now, to move on to Aizen. Oh, wait, before I move on to Aizen, another thing I must note is that, for all we know, that BlackBeard may have some more powers, considering that we did hear, I think it was Jinbei that said that they've been going, BlackBeard has been going around, him and his crew, collecting different powers, so he may have more powers than just those particular things. But, for this discussion, I'm just going to say he has his Quake powers and his Darkness powers. And he is a Yonko now, so I just want to say he can compete on the level of Shanks in them. So that really is quite a feat, just to give everybody a better idea of where he stands. But anyway, on to Aizen. Aizen also can control, Aizen controls the senses with his Koyokisui Getsu, and he has the Hogyaku embedded in his chest. Now, he has been sealed up now, but I'm going to talk from the standpoint of how he was right when he fought Ichigo. Hold on, guys. Okay, that's nothing. Just ignore that for right now. Anyway, the whole deal with Aizen. Yeah, Aizen can control the senses, and he can sit up here and basically make you see things or hear things that you may or may not, may or may not be there. So that's the thing with Aizen. Aizen can really give somebody a hard time, because if you don't know where he's at and you don't know what he's doing, then how can you really fight this guy? Especially you could think you hit him or punched him or stabbed him, and he could be right behind you and already cut you up into pieces. So that's the amazing thing about Aizen. And like I said about his Hogyaku is immensely powerful because it basically gave him this crazy form to where he can regenerate. His power is amplified. One swing can blow away part of a mountain, and it's just like, yeah, Aizen is, in his own little tier as far as in Bleach. I doubt we'll see another villain in Bleach that's on that level, maybe till the very end, maybe the last couple, you know, people Ichigo fights will be at that level, but I doubt that we're going to just see random people running up casually at that level because, again, you know, he had immense power at that level. We even saw him shoot, I don't know if you call them Ceros, but these little spirit blasts out of his, out of these hollow-like wings that he had, and they were able to create mass destruction. So yeah, Aizen is really a powerful opponent, and he certainly couldn't be considered weak in the shonen manga at all. Now on to Madara. Madara is also considered, in my opinion, really powerful, and I know a lot of other people's opinions, especially since he has a fraction of the Sage of the Six Paths power set by Kabuto. He has, of course, his own power, which is, you know, the power of an Uchiha, and he has the power of a Senju from Hashirama Senju. And that also means that he can use Wood Style, and in Wood Style I used to not really think it was that strong, but apparently Hashirama was, you know, comparable in a sense to the Sage of the Six Paths and how immense his power was. And now he can use all of Hashirama's abilities. And we've also seen him create some kind of flower tree world where he can put people to sleep in it. He's able to fight with all 5 Kages, and we all know, maybe besides Tsunade, because I don't really think Tsunade is that strong, but the other Kages are pretty darn strong. So again, I don't think that, you know, you could just say Madara is weak, considering that he can fight 5 Kages. And not to mention that we also, he has Rinnegan. And Rinnegan, you know, he can bring down meteors, and he can also create his Susanoo because he has EMS. And there's also a chance that he may be able to use time, space, ninjutsu in the sense that he can turn back time and fast forward time, because we've seen that in the the Naruto Generations animation clip where him and the first Hokage fought. So there's always a chance that that may actually be an ability he has in canon. Now, if all these guys fought, because we also have to remember Edo Madara is somewhat invincible, I guess, since he is brought back from the dead and he has this body that can regenerate from anything. And in a sense, Aizen is. Blackbeard isn't. If I would say all 3 of these guys fought, I think it would be an amazing fight to see. I'm not sure if Blackbeard can win this. I haven't seen everything he can do in part 2, so I can't. This is just all my opinion, guys. I can't say for sure, and if you guys think differently, that's fine. Not criticizing that. You know, it's just all opinions here. I think Blackbeard would lose. I really do. I'm like, if he fought against, like, let's say Aizen. Now, even if Aizen doesn't use Koyukasui Getsu, or let's say he doesn't get a chance to use Koyukasui Getsu, just for the sake of argument, like, he didn't really use it on Ichigo, so, in fact, he didn't use it on Ichigo at all, so, let's say it's just like that. I don't think that he can sit up here and mess with Aizen. I think Aizen is too fast for him, in my opinion. And now, if he uses his Quake powers and, like, makes a Quake Fist and tries to punch at what's his name, Aizen, and Aizen swings his sword, I'm like, it would probably create immense destruction, of course, but would it really be enough to beat Aizen? I mean, we've seen Aizen come back from a final Getsuga, so again, I don't think it would necessarily, he would actually be able to, you know, take down Aizen. Same thing for Edo Madara. Even let's say if he connected on Edo Madara, remember, he can regenerate. And even with that, Edo Madara can bring down these meteors, more than one. And I think he's barely trying right now, but of course I can't really speak for what else he can do. I'm not going to even throw in the other Rinnegan abilities because technically they're not confirmed, you know, he can use them yet. But he can use Fire Style Jutsu, what's his name? Susanoo, Tsukuyomi, Susanoo, I mean not Susanoo, Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu, that's what I was going to say. Amaterasu. So it's a lot of abilities that Madara can use that I think he has over Blackbeard. Blackbeard has 2 Devil powers, but it's not like we've seen him use anything else besides his Devil powers. It's not like we've seen him use any haki. So I think he could be, you know, taken down by Edo Madara as well. Now, Edo Madara versus Aizen, I think that's what it really comes down to. If those two went at it, I don't think that Aizen can win either. And the reason for that, I think about even if Aizen strikes him, remember, like, in a sense, Madara, you know, can't die, even if he's turned to dust. And the thing is with Aizen, I mean, Aizen has a state of immortality too, but I'm kind of wondering, can the Hogeku be crushed? And that's the only thing. I'm not gonna say, it may be a tie. I'm gonna just call it a tie. The reason why I'm saying this is because I could see Aizen have a weakness because remember, Gin tried to take the Hogaku and destroy the Hogaku. So if maybe Edo Madara took the Hogaku and destroyed it, he could beat Aizen. I think he can smash him down and all that kind of stuff with his meteors, but Aizen also has immense power as well. So even if they went back and forth and both of them were blowing each other up, Aizen still has a weakness available for him. To where Edo Madara, again, even if he was turned into dust, as long as his soul is bound to the impure world, he's there. And what was I gonna say about Edo Madara? Yeah, Edo Madara, he's too much. I can't see it. I just cannot see Aizen unless he's somehow able to remove his soul from that Edo body or whatever. Like, you know how all the Eidos, and they're able to what was I gonna say about them? Yeah, all the Eidos, how all their bodies are bound to the earth, and how whenever we see them disappear, how they start crumbling apart, and then after that we see like how there's like a dead person sitting there. Basically my point is that I think that if Aizen wants to win, he's gonna have to find a way to pull his soul out in some type of way. I mean, he would need probably the technology that Ichigo uses, like that badge that he uses to remove his soul from his own human body. That's what he would need. So that's why I don't think Aizen can win. That's why I think Madara could win, because he has the weakness of the Hogaku. But those are my thoughts. Please tell me what you guys' thoughts are. Who would win between those three? Anyway, you guys can leave a video response as well. Please don't forget to comment. Rate this video. If you did not like this video, go ahead and do what you want to do, but I hope you did like it, and if you did like it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also do not forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you did, and if you don't, then like I say, do what you do. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and see you later.